great week. This week, I wanted to chat a little bit about another question that's come up in my Summer Strong group coaching program. And that is, I've had two people actually ask me this specific question, so I figured I would address it here as well in my YouTube channel and the videos that I put out and the content that I put out. So there's other people that are probably in this situation as well. And that is the trade-off between exercising in the morning as well as sleep. A lot of people, especially people who have careers where they need to commute into work, or they have children, or they have both, the best time for them to work out is in the morning. It works because they can do it before the kids get up. They have a lot more energy than if they get home. They don't have to take time away from their family if they work out after work. So it's just some people just prefer to do it in the morning. They find I'm more consistent with it, etc. For a variety of reasons, you might want to work out first thing in the morning, but oftentimes that means you have to schedule this in before you need to be at work. And so say you need to be at work at 8 o'clock. Before that, if you have kids, stuff like that, you got to get them off and ready for school. You got to get yourself ready for work. You might have to eat breakfast. You might have to make the kids breakfast. All this stuff takes time. And so you find yourself like waking up pretty early in the morning to get that. And then, the opposite end of the spectrum here is that, again, this just tends to lend itself to people who have young kids, but at night, you finally get the kids down to bed around, say, 7:30, 8 o'clock, and you want to sit down finally, watch a TV show, have a conversation with your significant other, just have somewhat of a normal life and do something for yourself a little bit. And you find yourself going to bed maybe 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, that type of thing. And we can't blame anyone for that. But then in order to get up early enough, you're getting up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. And so the math around sleep just doesn't work out. And then that doesn't count if you have young kids that are interrupting your sleep in the middle of the night. That's just assuming you get the sleep straight through, which if you have younger kids, you're likely not doing that. And so the math as far as sleep just doesn't work out very well. And so you end up sacrificing sleep in order to fit in a workout. And so lots of times I get the question of, should I be sacrificing sleep in order to get in a workout? Is it that important? What's the trade-offs here? What can I do about it? When I encounter these questions, there's obviously a lot of things that I ask back to them. So the first thing is, okay, how many hours of sleep are you actually getting every night on average, right? You say you don't work out, like how many hours are you getting? And if they say 8, 9 hours, and I'm like, okay, maybe we can squeeze in a 45-minute workout in the morning because you're getting 8 to 9 hours of sleep, which is pretty good. And of course, if we squeeze in a 45-minute workout, keep an eye on how your energy levels throughout the day, how you're waking up in the morning, that type of stuff, and make sure that you're not that decrease in sleep quantity isn't affecting other things, your hunger, cravings, that type of stuff. The other answer, which is the more common answer, is that I'm getting 6 to 7 hours of sleep and I get woken up 3 times during the night by my kids. But I would need to shave 45 minutes to an hour off my sleep time in order to get in the workout in the morning. In that situation, I don't think the trade-off then is worth it to work out in the morning, sacrifice more sleep, which you're already shortchanged on, in order to get a workout in. Now, if they're staying up till pretty late in the evening, maybe 11, 12 o'clock at night, and they can go to bed earlier and get more sleep earlier in the night and then get an early workout in, then if we can make other adjustments in their lifestyle to get that extra sleep and fit in the workout in the morning, then we might do that. But most of the time, feel like I go to bed at 9 o'clock, I maybe get an hour to myself. And so I'm not going to tell them to go to bed at 8 o'clock and, then just nothing to themselves, no conversation with their significant other. And they basically wake up, work out, kids, work, come home, get more family kids time, go to bed and repeat. And that's not really fair to them either. I have a couple of suggestions if you find yourself in this situation where You just can't get any extra sleep. You're already on the lower end of the spectrum of sleep just due to life responsibilities and kids and stuff like that. And you want to work out. Obviously, should work out. And so where do you fit it in? And for someone like this, I have a couple suggestions. First is realistically, what we need here is about, let's say, 3 to 4 days of exercise in your day. The first thing I would look at is do weekend time. Okay, weekend time, you should have a lot more free time. You're not spending 8 hours of your day at work. Sure, you have other stuff you want to do. You have other responsibilities, I know. But can we carve out 45 minutes on Saturday and Sunday where we can get in 2 solid exercise sessions on the weekend? Then I'm going to, inquire about maybe significant other taking a little bit more responsibility. If you guys can trade off on maybe some mornings or some days during the week where the significant other does the kid thing in the morning so you can get in another workout in the morning. And then the next day you take over responsibility and the other gets in there, workout, that type of thing. You have someone for my wife and I, we're both avid exercisers and realize the importance of exercise and stuff like that. So we did a lot of trading off where I would do something, I would work out, and then she would take care of the kids, and then we would trade off and I'd take care of the kids, and then she would work out, especially when they're younger, when we need to have, an eye on them at all times. Talking to your significant other, especially if they value exercise and a healthy lifestyle, which I hope they do just as much as you, and you both want to get in your exercise, you can try to work out a plan where you two support each other. The other strategy that I think you can look at is instead of working out 45 minutes, 30 minutes to an hour, 3 to 4 times a week, you can cut that back to say 15 minutes. So let's do 15 minutes, 5 to 6 times a week. In that case, we might be able to squeeze it in the morning, and asking for a 15-minute workout is a little bit more easier to digest from a sacrificing sleep point of view compared to a 45-minute to an hour workout. So instead of just doing a longer workout, you're just doing it more frequently. That would be the other kind of solution. So you wake up a little bit early, you do your 15-minute workout, and you get on with your day. And so I have less of a problem with that type of situation, doing that in the morning, than trying to carve out an extra hour in the morning away from sleep to fit in your 45-minute long workout, right? So those are the 3 things that I would look at if you find yourself in a situation. First is do something on Saturday and Sunday where you have more time, and then also talk to your partner, your significant other, about possibly trading off days where one of you works out in the morning and the other one takes care of the kids, and then you flip and switch off based on schedules and stuff like that. So to split the load between the 2 of you, which would be really good, and I think is a good strategy. And lastly, you could also look at shortening the workout to say 15 minutes and doing it 6 days a week, and then just waking up a little bit early in the morning and getting in some exercise for around 15 minutes and going about your day. And those are the strategies I would employ. There's some other niche ones, like if you can fit something in at work, your office building does have a gym, or you can go out for a run, or bring your bike with you to work and do your bike ride at your lunchtime on work or something like that. Those are other strategies. I know those can be harder to do because frankly, we don't control our time and things get in the way, and we planned on doing this at lunch, but I had some work thing popped up that needed to get done. It didn't happen. So the morning time we have, as busy parent professional people, you have so much more control over your time. There's less demands on it. And so you're more likely to just be consistent with it. And I know that's also a thing. And then other people don't shower and when to eat lunch. And so there's all kinds of issues with doing our work, but for some people that will work too. But yeah, so I think there is a solution to this problem. You just have to start to be creative. And remember that it's probably not going to be optimal. It's not going to be the best prescribed way from your fitness doctor, influencer online that says you need to do this amount of exercise, this type of exercise for X amount of time per week. And you might fall short of that stuff, and you might not feel your best, and you might not be able to get in all the exercises that you want to get in. But again, we never want to make perfect be the enemy of good enough, right? It might not be perfect, and it might not be perfect for a couple of years while you get through this phase of your life where you have kids and jobs and demands on your time and stuff like that. But it's good enough. It's better than not doing it at all. It's always better than not doing it at all. So don't let that discourage you either. With that, thank you for listening to me. I hope you find this useful. If you find it useful, please share it with others. I encourage you to do that. As always, if you want to keep up with the information that I put out on a weekly basis, please sign up for my newsletter. You can go to my website, rjbhealth.coach. Click on the newsletter tab at the top, enter your email address, and you'll be sent up for the newsletter. That way you can get all the content that I put out on a weekly basis without having to talk to me online. The other thing, I do have a couple spots open for one-on-one coaching. So if you're interested in one-on-one coaching, you're struggling with some of this stuff, please reach out to me. Again, you can direct message me, email me, however you want to get in contact with me, or you can go to our website at rjbhealth.coach, click on the schedule discovery call button right on the homepage, fill out the form, and I'll get back to you and we can talk a little bit more about doing some one-on-one coaching. With that, I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I'll chat to you all next week.